Hello everyone, today's topic is going to be favourite buildings. I'll first give you a sample creative writing that I've written myself, and then I'll give you tips on how to approach this sort of creative writing task. In antiquity and modernity, in the old Rome and the new, this vast amphitheatre has always been the pulse of the city's beating heart. This iconic crumbled symbol of imperial Rome, having withstood almost 2 millennia of natural disasters, thieves, and the turmoil of history, still proudly overlooks the city's hills, a majestic, albeit weathered sentinel. The tens of thousands of eager spectators that used to cram the Colosseum's walls have been replaced today by teeming hordes of tourists and tour guides. Many underestimate the sheer size and marvel of the edifice. Having seated 80,000 people on average in its prime, even today, the swelling greatness of the ancient walls astounds more than any contemporary skyscraper could. Even though a large part of the structure has not survived the test of time, somehow its ruined state only enhances its dramatic allure. I still remember, after all these years, how the saffron sun bathed the limestone arches with a luminous lustre. What moved me most, however, was the acute awareness that where I stood, gladiators and charioteers had died brutal deaths, surrounded by the bloodthirsty cheers of thousands. That surreal feeling is what has stayed with me. This is why I have believed ever since that a genuine connection to history is impossible to feel by looking at the glossy pages of a history book or watching the pale glow of a television. One needs to be present in a place to truly imbibe its past in all its glory and horror. And I am eternally grateful to have had this opportunity. When writing this sort of creative writing, you don't have to think that the majority of your writing has to be the physical description of the building. You could just describe how it makes you feel or your history with it. I use these two metaphors in my writing to describe the Colosseum. The first one makes us aware of its dignity, calling it majestic, in spite of being weathered as well. It also calls it a sentinel, which implies that it watches over the city in some way. The second one implies that the Colosseum is something alive, calling it a pulse, which makes us aware of the importance that it has for the narrator and for everyone in the city. This metaphor creates a vivid description because it uses alliteration in two instances: saffron sun and luminous lustre. Also, the use of the word saffron instead of yellow creates a far more poetic effect and makes the description better. Many children with these sorts of writings will begin their piece with a bold statement, such as "my favourite building is," or "my favourite person is." Here you can see that instead of doing that, I've chosen to introduce my building with the use of juxtaposition. You can see the contrast between antiquity and modernity, and the old Rome and the new Rome. Juxtaposition is quite a good literary device to use to introduce a topic. These two sentences make for a good ending because they sum up the sentiment shown in the previous writing. The last sentence is impactful because it's short and to the point, with a good sentence structure, and sums up the narrator's feelings effectively. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe.